back now and say, why was the NFL continuing to support with all the confusion going on in the media? And maybe it's all of that found money right there.
Watch how Jay-Z quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyoncé with a touch on her shoulder. Jay-Z came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018.
We put these people on these pedestals and not recognizing the worship that you're giving them. It sets you up for problems in the future. It is not white versus black, y'all. It is rich versus poor.
And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy?
50 Cent isn't backing down from the Carters. He's going full throttle. He's out here saying that if people thought the feds had dirt on Diddy, just wait till they see what might be sitting in their files about Jay-Z. And it's not just Jay catching heat. Beyonce's name is swirling in the mix too, and the whispers are getting wild. People are asking, did Beyonce actually know what was going on behind the scenes? Could Rock Nation be next in line for a serious RICO case? Everyone's losing it right now, trying to figure out how deep this situation goes and what 50 is really hinting at when he drags Beyonce's alleged connection to Diddy into the picture.
He was allegedly forced to appear in a mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyoncé Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyoncé Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a mask standing here in front of me?"
Let's not forget, 50 and Jay-Z have been trading subtle shots for years, throwing shade without saying names. But now it's feeling way more personal. Since Diddy's been locked up and that explosive documentary dropped, 50's moving like he's holding some next-level receipts ready to shake the whole industry. And don't get it twisted, this documentary wasn't some random idea he threw together overnight. 50's been plotting, waiting for the right moment to drop all this. And now it's like he's enjoying every second of watching the chaos unfold. This man has been plotting this move for decades, literally decades. Back in the 2000s, 50 Cent never hid his feelings about Diddy or Jay-Z. He was dragging both of them every chance he got, no filter, no hesitation. And now the way he timed it, dropping that Diddy documentary just 2 days before Jay-Z's birthday, that's Olympic-level pettiness right there. Fans are calling it the ultimate power play, and after watching the doc, a lot of people are convinced Jay-Z might not be in the clear at all. Some are saying this is just the beginning, and that the skeletons in Jay's closet haven't even started to fall out yet. One person on X wrote, "I just know his time coming too, and he's probably way more sinister than Diddy is." Another user jumped in replying, "I definitely said the same thing when I watched the Diddy documentary. He's all around the same." The internet's been going wild with theories, and it's only adding more fuel to this drama. Beyoncé, on the other hand, has stayed completely silent, like she's watching everything from the sidelines. People are now wondering if she knows more than she lets on. And just when the Carters probably thought they dodged the chaos from Diddy's legal storm, 50 stirred things up again by reminding everyone about that old lawsuit filed by a man who claimed he was attacked at one of Diddy's parties. According to court docs obtained by People, the accuser, Joseph Zaro, said his drink was spiked before he was taken to a house on Star Island in Miami for Christian Combs' birthday back in April 2015. What's making headlines now is his claim that Beyoncé saw him right before everything went down. It's a wild accusation, and 50's making sure no one forgets it. According to Zaro, everything kicked off inside a mansion that once belonged to Gloria and Emilio Estefan. He claims Gloria noticed something was seriously wrong with him. She allegedly said he looked sick and told someone to call an ambulance. But then, Emilio supposedly stepped in and shut that whole thing down immediately. Zaro even says he ran into LeBron James in the hallway, and LeBron allegedly said, "Y'all better do something about that." From there, the story in the lawsuit takes an even darker turn. Zaro claims he was taken through an underground tunnel that led straight to Diddy's mansion, and the person escorting him was said to be former adult star Adrian English, who's actually listed in the case. Zaro says that when he started to come around and realize what was happening, he noticed he was now in a room with Jay-Z and Beyoncé. That's when, according to him, Beyoncé allegedly asked, "Why is there a half-naked white man standing there with something strapped to his face?" Someone else in the room supposedly replied that it was a punishment and that Diddy wanted him to see what happens to snitches. The claims sound absolutely wild, but the lawsuit doesn't stop there. Zaro's legal filing also alleges that Diddy later ordered him to be humiliated in front of the party guests. He claims he was stripped and forced to wear a thong, while a black leather mask with a rubber dam was forcibly placed over his head and zipped shut. The details are shocking, and 50's hinting there's even more that hasn't been made public yet. The lawsuit goes into disturbing detail. It says a locking adult device was attached to the mask and stuck out from Zaro's mouth. He claims he was then forced to endure degrading acts during what he described in his complaint as a freak-off. The whole thing sounds straight out of a nightmare, but it doesn't stop there. Now here's where things start looking especially suspicious for the Carters. Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, jumped in lightning fast to shut everything down. He made it clear Jay wasn't even in Miami when all this allegedly happened. But what's got everyone talking is that Spiro only defended Jay. He didn't say a single word about Beyoncé, and that silence is making people side-eye the situation hard. And just when people thought the story couldn't get any crazier, former NFL player Larry Johnson stepped in with his own shocking claims. He said that years ago, back in the early 2000s, he went to a late-night rap party that the Carters were allegedly hosting in Colorado. According to him, there were guests there who didn't even look like adults, and Beyoncé supposedly made a comment that left him deeply uncomfortable.
I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the winter time of 06 or 07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there, and he rented this house. And we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to be like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild, like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyoncé. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me.
The twist? Larry Johnson actually used to be cool with Jay-Z. They were tight at one point, but then out of nowhere, Jay cut him off completely. Word on the street is that their fallout happened after Larry started sharing some controversial theories online. Ever since then, Johnson's been hinting that the Carters' public image doesn't match what really goes on behind closed doors. And that's exactly the kind of talk that's making this whole situation explode even more. There's plenty of proof showing that Larry Johnson and Jay-Z were real tight back in the day. Photos, interviews, and even old industry stories back it up. They were seen together so often that some insiders even started whispering that maybe their connection went deeper than just friendship. But in true Jay-Z fashion, he's got this pattern. He gets close to people, then ghosts them like they never existed, flipping the script every time someone calls him out. And this isn't the first time Jay's tried to play that card. Remember when his name got dragged into that Jane Doe lawsuit and his lawyer, Alex Spiro, was quick to jump in, saying Jay and Diddy weren't even friends?
In a new interview with NBC, Jay-Z's lawyer Alex Spiro spoke about the relationship between the two moguls. From images of them together at many events to how they highly spoke about each other, one may think that a close bond exists between Jay and Puff. However, according to Spiro, the two have never shared a real friendship or long-time bond.
That defense raised a lot of eyebrows because, let's be honest, the receipts say otherwise. Even though Jane Doe's claims about Jay were eventually dismissed, people still find it hard to believe that Jay could seriously deny having a close bond with Diddy. I mean, come on. Diddy himself once called Jay his extended family. He said Jay was his strategist, the first person he called when things got messy. So how can Jay suddenly pretend like there was never a connection? It's not adding up at all. No matter how Jay tries to twist it, that kind of loyalty doesn't just come from business. It comes from friendship, plain and simple.
This is the extended family. You've been there with me through our ups and downs. bars. Whenever I get in trouble, this is the one I call. It's my strategist right here. This is my brother. It's B.I.G's brother. Yes, sir. This Brooklyn's own Brooklyn. So I appreciate you. He came 5,000 miles away to come here to Brooklyn to represent the B.I.G. Make some noise for her.
And let's not forget that clip where Diddy straight up revealed Jay-Z skipped Blue Ivy's recital just so he could perform at Bad Boy's 20th anniversary show. That's wild, right?
Recital that he has to be at the Blue. But he reached out to me, and I told him that this right here was important. Bad Boy celebrating 20 years of hits.
So Jay's out here claiming he and Diddy were never really friends, but he missed a major moment in his daughter's life just to show up for Diddy? Make it make sense. And of course, 50 Cent wasn't about to let that slide. Just a day after Diddy's homes got raided last year, 50 posted a picture of Jay-Z on a milk carton, basically hinting that Jay had gone missing in action, for a reason. The caption read, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL. Puff said he ain't answering his phone. LOL." Then 50 took it even further. He shared another photo of Jay waving on the red carpet and wrote, "Here's Jay-Z, last seen waving at Puffy's jet. LOL." He was clearly having a field day with it. But don't count Beyoncé out of this either. Remember when DaBaby said the first time he ever met her was at Diddy's house?
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020.
There's plenty of footage showing Beyoncé at Diddy's parties, laughing and dancing right beside him. Plus, there are old clips of Diddy himself talking about how close he was with Beyoncé and her whole family. And here's the kicker. When Jay and Beyoncé welcomed their twins back in 2017, Diddy called it a huge moment for our inner circle. Like he didn't see himself as just a friend. He acted like he was family.
All over the world, people have been talking. I don't know if the twins, Beyoncé and Jay.
Yeah.
I know that you are pretty close to them.
Yes.
I wonder, have you been able to reach out? Have you been able to say?
Yeah. Definitely. It's a big moment for like our whole crew, our whole inner circle.
That's why so many people are now asking the big question. Does Beyoncé know more about Diddy's drama than she's letting on? Was she just an innocent bystander, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because the next video, it's about to get even wilder. See you on the next one.